Hi there, I'm back with a new video. So the trailer from the new Star Wars series, The Acolyte, has arrived, and it has brought a great divide in the Star Wars fanbase since it has been ratioed into oblivion, while it was #1 on trending. This divide in the fanbase had started from when The Last Jedi was released, and it has been growing with every project that Lucasfilm has released, with the exception of the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. But after that, Kathleen Kennedy and her lapdog Dave Filoni sidelined James Favreau from producing The Mandalorian while firing Gina Carano, so we got a completely disjointed Season 3. Now with this trailer we can see how broken the franchise is, and this will be the last straw for most of the fans that were hoping for some course correction. But as long as Kathleen Kennedy is head of Lucasfilm, nothing's gonna change, sadly. The funny thing here is that we have a former assistant of Harvey Weinstein, you all remember who he is, Leslie Headland, saying that this is the first female Star Wars series. But didn't we had Ahsoka, the sequel trilogy, even the 3rd season of The Mandalorian was mostly female-centric. While watching the trailer, I struggled to find only one white male in its whole runtime. We are probably more rare than Yoda's species in this galaxy far, far away. Since we're talking about Yoda, didn't he train Jedi for over 800 years? So where is he in the High Republic era? Will he be a part of this series? Because they haven't mentioned him till now. And not to forget that Leslie Headland had said that she's a big fan of Rian Johnson after working together with him on an episode of Terriers. So you can expect from her to subvert expectations, like Rian Johnson did in The Last Jedi. Well, the only new thing that this trailer has brought to the Star Wars community is this close your eyes meme. The comments on this trailer have been savage. I suggest you read some, most of them are comedy gold. Honestly, I would love to see the heads of Disney while reading these comments. It would be priceless to see their reactions. I would also love to see them react to the ratio the trailer has gotten. As I'm making this video, it has like 163,000 likes and 347,000 dislikes. This is the most ratioed Star Wars trailer. When I first saw the Acolyte trailer, I realized a big drop in its production quality. Low quality CGI, cheap costumes, everything looked cheap in my eyes. The small snippets of action in the trailer didn't have that wow factor to make me want to watch the series, which I will for YouTube purposes. Leslie Headland also gave an interview promoting her series at Collider, talking about the trailer and the series. So let's see what she said. Is the series more Andor or more Mandalorian? I think it's in between. I think it's very much in between, meaning it's a serialized storyline, it's not episodic. There is an overarching story that's told over the course of 8 episodes. It is a mystery thriller, meaning each episode you have to watch in order to get more information and start to get invested. I found with Andor, really built into something that was exciting and had this incredible payoff at the end. We were definitely trying to do something similar narratively, but I would say in terms of more Mandalorian aspects of it, there are a lot of alien references, a lot of Clone War references, and a lot of original trilogy references. Basically all of the stuff I love about Star Wars, and I think are recognizable, but no post-Empire or current Empire iconography, so no stormtroopers. We don't have anything to rely on that anchors in the Skywalker saga or post-Skywalker saga. So they're trying to use 2 different styles of storytelling in this show, though they are leaning more to the Mandalorian style of storytelling. What mind-boggled me was there will be Clone Wars references. How is this possible? The series is set to be 100 years before The Phantom Menace, unless they have some sort of time machine in their arsenal. In the trailer, there's a line, "Someone is killing Jedi. It doesn't make sense. What can you tease about that line? Well, I think it's really difficult to defeat a Jedi. It doesn't make any sense. Who can do that? Who would be powerful enough to kill a Jedi, especially at the height of their power? And I would consider this to be the height of their power because in The Phantom Menace, they're not sensing the Sith presence to the point where they don't know what Palpatine's presence is doing or even what his intentions are. So I would say, as you move further back, I think you get the Jedi at the height of their power. So it doesn't make any sense because who would be able to do that? Okay, they're trying to change canon here. If you are a Star Wars fan, then you know in the prequels Mace Windu says that the Sith has been gone for a millennia. When the series is taking place 100 years before The Phantom Menace, there shouldn't be any dark side user. Probably Miss Headland decided to get rid of 1-0 from the millennia. In the teaser trailer has a line, "This is about power and who is allowed to use it." What would you like to say about that? I've always seen Star Wars as well. I wouldn't say all of Star Wars. I think Star Wars is really complicated, but I think one of the themes of Star Wars is usually the underdog versus the institutional threat, right? That's one aspect of it. And to me, in that particular era, the Jedi are not a threat at all. They're benevolent, balanced, and I think well-intentioned. Beautiful institution that has amassed an enormous amount of power. So the question becomes, is it right for an institution to have that much power? I think that sometimes people get a little caught up in the morality, oh, the good people can use power and the bad people can't. And it's more about who's allowed to amass power and who is allowed to use it for their own ends. What if you're force sensitive and you don't want to become a Jedi? What happens then? Are you not allowed to utilize your power? George would say that it fades out without training. But is there no training going on at all? In a whole galaxy, no one has figured out a way to do that beyond the Jedi. Obviously, we know that the Sith are still doing the rule of two at this point. So there's no training aspect going on in that sense. You have Force witches similar to Night Sisters who are training each other, we know that. There are no Night Sisters in the show, but we just know that there are different factions, and even in the EU and in the High Republic, there's talks of Force cults that have decided to retreat from society. And now I'm getting too nerdy. But anyway, point being, it is an institution allowed to amass that amount of power, even if their intentions are good. In the Star Wars universe, you want the Jedi to have the power because this is a story about good versus evil. And if the Sith gets the power, it's like giving it to Nazis. Please don't try to make the Sith sympathetic by making them the underdog. But what do you expect from a person that used to be Harvey Weinstein's assistant? That line between good and evil is blurred for her. Are the episodes 30 minutes or more like an hour? About 30 minutes, yeah, I would say some of them are a bit longer. Like the finale, I think it's 40 minutes. But there are also some that I think are barely 30 minutes. On average, I would say somewhere between 30 to 35 minutes. I don't know what's going on with Disney and Lucasfilm, and they're not able to make episodes above 50 minutes. Don't they have the proper writers? Or they want to cut down the cost? Beats me. These were some parts of the interview. I'll leave a link for those who want to check out the full article. But what I got out of this interview and the trailer is that this will be another dumpster fire. And if they don't get rid of Kathleen Kennedy and her cohorts, Star Wars as a franchise will be obliterated in a couple of years. Not even Mando and Grogu will be able to save this tragedy. So what do you think about the Acolyte? Will it be any good? Or just another flop for Lucasfilm? Write it down in the comment section below. And don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you and have a good one.